And we continue forth with our Terran campaign.
Receiving incoming transmission. Comlink established.
Hey, what's up, man? Got your refugees tucked in nice and tight? Providing you can sidestep any more surprises from our Confederate friends and we can keep them away from those critters, they should have an easy time.
Priority alert. Backwater Station under attack by unknown alien organisms. Distress beacon activated at 0658. Alerting Confederate headquarters on Tarsonis. Stand by for incoming transmission.
We've already received the distress beacon from Backwater, and we'll take care of it. You just sit tight. You'll be notified if there's anything we think you need to know.
Damn. Listen, if we wait for Confederate reinforcements, that station's dust. I'll head out there now and do what I can. You send in some militia, and we'll save those folks. Trust me. Glad to see you, boys. Time to kick some serious butt.
So, as you can probably tell, the Confederacy does not care about the Marsara colonists, like, at all. They think they're dirt farmers and hicks, but, dude, they're cool. Like, they're loyal and stuff, dude. It's like, don't abandon your people. So, we're going to explore out into the unknown, maybe pull back a bit, maybe we're a little too hasty. We need to keep things going at the home front, though. That's our most important part, because the mission has just started.
Not enough minerals.
So, we're going to want to create Marines as soon as we start flowing up to 50 minerals on average. So we can keep both of these buildings busy. Because if we just keep one of them busy, we're losing time and we're losing resources. So we've got 50, just gotta wait a little bit. They're both active, so we're doing very good right now, like, way better than most players would. This is how you should play the game. You need to be active with, like, everything, all the time. Also, it's kind of hard to focus and give commentary at the same time. But the goal of this series is to give you an idea of how you can beat these missions using my knowledge bestowed onto you. So if my commentary goes a bit stale, don't worry, I will explain everything I do in gruesome detail. So, we're kind of stuck here for now. We have a good little handful of Marines, but Marines are a lot harder to micro around Zerglings because Zerglings are super fast and Marines are just stupid and average. So, let's take one SCV off of there, put one in there. Got one in there and got one in the other. Hey. Okay. Let's go up here, see what... Ooh boy.
What the hell is that? Looks like the ground there is alive.
So, this is the very first structure we come across. The first Zerg structure. If you can even call them that, they're literally alive. They're organisms that, like, latch into the ground and usurp the nutrients from the ground and the creep. But you have to build on the creep, because the creep provides the nutrients for the building. Because with Terran, you don't have that restriction. You can just build anywhere. Like, I could build up here if I wanted, even though it's not technically my territory. I mean, it would be my territory if I built up there. But for the sake of upgrades and firebats, because firebats are really good against Zerg, we're going to build a refinery so we can get some gas. We have plenty of gas right now, but we're going to want to stockpile that.
Go ahead, Commander.
Now, I do think that this army we've amassed will be enough to take this area by force. And I'm debating whether to have the Marines tank for Raynor or Raynor tank for the Marines, because Raynor can shoot them from a distance, so he's kind of like an archer character. So, we'll stew on that for a bit. We'll just keep adding things to guarantee our chance of success. You know what? It's the early missions. Nothing really matters. See, like, they only took down one Marine and barely put a dent in the other. So, we have to clear this out because we cannot build on creep. Only Zerg can do that. Not even Protoss can build on the creep. And you'll find out what the Protoss are later. They're the third race in the trifecta.
Additional supply depots required.
Oh, man. Oh, I've never seen that happen before. The SCV has just compromised our supply. Man, that's funny. That is great. I've never had that happen to me before.
Rainer here.
Let's go through and meet the buildings. If you meet the command center, it'll automatically meet all the other buildings, if you didn't know that. So, if you ever come across an abandoned base like this, just hit the nerve center building, and it'll do the rest for you. Because otherwise, you just have to walk-alate your units through here and meet them yourself, which is kind of time-consuming if you can just do it one way. This Zergling down here is giving me the creeps, so I'm gonna try to... Okay. We're gonna have to trick its pathfinding somehow, because I want to get the least amount of hits possible. You can shoot from, yeah, like you can shoot like that. When you have the high ground, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you can accomplish everything. You can slice off the Zergling's arms, you can slice off their legs, they'll slide into the molten lava, it'll be a fun old time.
Not enough minerals.
So yeah, we've got idlers down here, but I'm not sure how to okay, let's just bring them up to the top, come to think of it. Because, see how the mineral stockade is full? Because just like the refinery, only a limited amount of SCVs can be interacting with it at a time. When the refinery is flush against the command center's resource radius, I guess, because you can't have your command center too close to resources or else that would be overpowered, you know? There actually were maps that utilized that. I think those were called, like, the fastest maps. There would be, like, a mineral field right next to the command center, and you just have your SCVs they would just turn in order to return the minerals. Like, instead of doing the whole cargo thing, they would just, like, ploop, ploop. Can't hand gesture. Can't see my hands. Okay. I'm going to put one Marine each in these bunkers, and we're going to get their range upgraded as quickly as possible. And we're also going to want to get stim packs for later.
Jacked up and good to go.
Later on, because, you know, we can get fire bats right now, it's no big deal. So let's get some fire bats up in here. Now, if you don't know what fire bats are, they're basically Terran Zerglings. They're like Marines with flamethrowers. Isn't that cool? But they're melee range. That sucks. Here's what they look like. Man, do they look cool. They're like red, and it collides so well. Like the contrast, it's so glorious.
You got it.
Yeah.
Naturally.
So once we get a small force of tanky units to sit at the front and take the damage, and rangers to stay at the back, we will have the correct army dynamic, which will be important because a good army's units have them compensating for each other's weaknesses. I read that in a Starcraft 2 tooltip once.
Upgrade complete.
Because, like, your army has to be varied, because, let's say... Okay, let's use StarCraft 2 terminology. If you're going mass marine, there's no variability there. And if they take out some banelings, oh, you're screwed. Because your marines, like, you'll go from 200 supply to, like, 0 supply in a matter of seconds. They're just going to tear through you. It's not going to be
Additional supply depots required.
So always make sure to vary up your army a bit. Maybe throw some flying units in there every once in a while, just to catch them off guard. Because they will likely either have a unit that can attack flying units, or cannot attack flying units for voice clarification, but they'll have something that's weak to flyers, definitely. Even if it's just something that can't hit flyers, the flyers can hit the thing, so you're still at an advantage there, and you're getting extra damage in
Insufficient Vespene
for
gas.
practically free. They're like the snipers almost, so we need to protect Rainer at all costs, which means we're going to need to send the Ilk in first. And the Ilk will be fire bats because they're tanky units. Do we really need upgrades? I don't think so. Yeah, this is one of the beginning missions. Upgrades are very important because if your numbers are higher than the enemy's, you automatically win by default. That's just how it is. Unless you are really like clutch with micro, but I don't know. That's how it usually is though. Because a pack of 5 Marines with 0 upgrade versus another pack of 5 Marines with 3 upgrade, that 3 upgrade group is going to win, obviously. So you always want to have the upper hand no matter how you achieve it. Because as long as you have an edge over your opponent, you can afford a little wiggle room if you
Your
mess up.
forces are under attack.
Of course, you still shouldn't try to mess up, because that's not good. Intentionally messing up is something you don't want to do, because, like, why would you do that? You want to win, don't you? I mean, if you're going easy on someone, or you're just trying to demonstrate a game mechanic, I can see why you would, but...
Fire it up.
Yeah, okay. We need to clear paths.
Naturally.
I'm gonna see if I can stutter step with the Marines. Okay. You see that indecisiveness there with the, Zergling? The 1998 AI that they use, so primordial, it's funny. Because, like, the pathfinding for units, it's just funny. Like, I mean, that's where the game shows its true age. I mean, it's a game that can stand the test of time, but, like, there's still flaws with it in some places, but that's okay. It was just a technical limitation of the time. And it's an advantage for us, so we're not going to complain.
Insufficient
We're just going to
thrust
acknowledge it and be thankful for it, and move on. So, let's group these guys together, because it's not good to have them separated like that. And let's create another front with the fire bats here. That no more, not surprising. So as I was saying, if we can get the Marines behind the fire bats can at least take some of the damage until the Marines get up there. So if we consider that the fire bats are just disposable anyway, they already have the upper hand there. So I think we can just finish up with the mission, pretty much. Should be easy enough. Yeah, we just gotta kill these stutter stepping just to get to the high ground, because when you're at the low ground, you have a higher chance of missing, which is why the high ground is such an important asset to have at all times. I'll actually demonstrate this if I can. I'm gonna see if I can... okay. So let's take a Marine and a fire bat. A Marine and a fire bat. And we're going to take the Marine, and we're going to put him kind of by the refinery a little. The important thing here is that the fire bat is on the high ground, and the Marine is on the low ground. And I want you to look very carefully at the Marine's shots, like the splash damage. Do you see how the fire bat is only losing health every couple shots? That's because he has the high ground.
Yes.
Now, I think it's about a 50% chance of hitting, and a 50% chance of not hitting. So, if your army has the high ground, you can hit your enemy 100% of the time, while they can only hit you 50% of the time. So they're automatically at a disadvantage, which automatically gives you an advantage. That's just how it works. For a winner to exist, there must be a loser. Make sure that loser is not you. Okay, we're going to come across a pretty gruesome discovery pretty soon. You ready? You ready for this?
Let's burn.
Of course you are.
What the hell did they do to that command center?
And they have infested it, it looks like, which actually becomes a pretty interesting game mechanic later. I'll show you about that. They're like, they spawn these units, infested Terrans, which are basically like the banelings from Starcraft 1. Because Starcraft 1 didn't have banelings and all of that. They got a little more, I want to say creative, but I mean, it's repurposing another race, but that's smart in its own, but banelings are their whole creation. I don't know.
You got it.
Cutscene. Receiving incoming transmission.
Marshal Rayner, by destroying the vital Confederate installation, you and your men have violated standing colonial law. As of right now, you're all under arrest. I suggest you throw down your weapons and come peaceably.
Are you out of your mind? If we hadn't burned that damn factory, this entire colony could have been overrun. Maybe if you hadn't taken your sweet time in getting here.
Now, I asked you nice the first time, boy. I didn't come here to talk with you. Now throw down them weapons.
Guess you wouldn't be a Confederate if you weren't a complete pain in the ass.
And there we go. Absolute proof that the Confederacy does not care about the quote-unquote Hicks. I don't know. I kind of like Hicks. I like everyone. Because, like, you know, I don't know. Cutscene.
Hey, Sarge, why are we always always gotta listen to this shit for anyway?
'Cause I'm in charge, that's why.
Oh, it don't seem like no good kind of reason, Mage. Possibly anyway. Hey, what's that?
Hold on a second.
Steamroller!
Looks like you mashed some poor fella's dog, Sarge.
It's a Zerglin, Lester. Smaller type of Zerg. He can be out this far unless... Oh, shit.
I love you, Sarge.